So, my name is Barbara. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and domestic violence impacted my whole life from when I started dating my ex-husband, and still even to this day. When I finally was able to leave, the first place I went after I went to court and filed my emergency restraining order was to Haven House at Hope Villages of America. Stacy, the advocate who I worked with at Haven House, spent hours convincing me I could not run a half marathon the next day. I was covered with bruises, ended up having a concussion, but I still thought I could do it. She even told me she'd watch my son Alex, who was then just a little under 2, if I was in any condition to run, but she knew I wasn't. She was able to connect me to several support services, and particularly a support group for other survivors, and there are victims in that group attending as well. One of the key things in that support group that really helped me beyond the other women was the fact that they had a child advocate working with children in a separate group at the same time. Kim was that advocate, and my son was about 2 years old, just under 2, when we started attending, and he started working with Miss Kim. Still at 7.5, almost 8, he still, every time we drive past the location of that group, says, "Hey, can I go see Miss Kim? I want to play." Whenever we go down to Haven House, he asked to see Miss Kim, because to him, she was a safe space. He wasn't fully aware, and still isn't fully aware, of everything that happened when I left his dad, but just having a safe place for him where he was with other kids who'd been through something similar made a huge difference in both his life and my life. In fact, when she ended up at his school with the Safe Children program, he immediately went to go say hi to her. He came home every time that she and John were there, so excited about the things he learned about being safe. Beyond that, Hope Villages and Haven have enabled me not only to get out and be safe and create a life for myself, a successful life, but they've also allowed me to help other survivors. I'm now a certified volunteer. I've been training, gone through all their training to become a volunteer. I help out with the support groups now that I've been out for over 5 years, that I've been out of my abusive relationship. And I'm also able to give back and help families in need at Christmas. But the biggest thing about all this is that without support, not just of survivors like me, because many of us, we get out, we don't have the funding, we don't have the time, we don't have anything that we can do to help, we're just struggling to survive. Without the support of generous people like you, Haven would not be able to help people like me, or other families, other women, other children, others who are facing abusive situations. So please, find it in your hearts to do something, to give. Every dollar helps, every time helps. Most importantly, the staff at Haven and Hope Villages, they need your support. These are people, men and women, who are probably never going to be paid enough. They're there because of the time, and they save lives. I know Stacy saved mine.